It's 8th of July 2026, got a few things I need to mention. The Commuinty place that I go to, or been mentioning, right through since last year, the end of last year, when I knew 2 4-letter names and they stopped people going or this and that. Well, I got even worse than news. The 42-year-old, who only looks 25, is in a relationship. She spoke to me initially friendly. Something occurred, I do not know, because I was sitting elsewhere trying to chill out because I was soaking wet in sweat due to the hot weather. Went back over, started conversation, and it's the first time this person has fallen out with me. And she made a lot of poses as well with her face, and I knew what she's applying. So that's the first thing I want to mention. Only yesterday and a bit before that, I found out that the other one was the younger one, who's 23, has fallen out with me, or doesn't want to make up as such. She's also in a relationship, but I can't go any further in detail on that, otherwise I get in trouble. I can't give the name either. Right, there's another thing I want to mention. It's just been said about 15 minutes ago, saying that he's lost Anna. Now, Anne is a relative on my mum's brother's side of the family, his missus' side of the family, who is no longer alive. However, I will mention a specific name, Anne. I'll give you the full threat of what was said in a minute. Anna is also mentioned on Dance Trance Randall Mission Control 2nd of the 4th 1994, which is the first jungle tape I bought in Dance Trance, and also it's my favourite tape. There's a track called Wax Doctor the Saint. It's the unreleased mix that DJ Randall played there and at DREAMSCAPE 10, I think it is. Actually, it's got my name right across that part of the track on the DREAMSCAPE 10. It goes, "You know you can, Justin, Justin," and then it goes, Anna. So that's interesting. It's not usually that 4-letter name that's occurring on these jungle tracks. It seems to be a name of someone who went to the Commuinty Day on the 14th of January 2026. When it comes to Anna, I don't actually know any other Anna. However, there was an Annie that I knew at school, but she didn't like me. And it's too late to go with her because she's a single mother and she's gone into grubby attraction at such a... Well, like I said, when they reach my age, he seems to go into grubby attraction for some reason. Just very unlucky with the types of people I've come into in my life where I'm only coming into those sorts. If there is an Anna and they mess it up, I will not be very happy. However, this is very interesting to what these 2 old people were saying. They, what was I need to get the paper out. Oh, shit. 2 seconds. I've forgotten what it was. They've taken away Anna from him, and they're basically saying it's going to go to war. The good news is I've not come into an Anna yet, but let's just see who this is and when it comes. There's also another jungle mix, sorry. Oh, what was it? It mentions that basically it applies that I'm 45, which is at the end of this year, and it also mentions Anna in this track to apply sexual relationship. Now, it's hard to know whether these tracks are falling through or whether that is actually going to come true. Like I said, it could be a one-off that I walk into or someone gets to know me under that name. It's not known at the moment. Like I said, apart from that Annie, you know, the person that died on my mum's brother's side, missus's side of the family. There's no other Aire I know. Whoever it is, it'd be interesting to see whether it comes true. But I don't know so much because they've messed up on the one of the names that go to the community day. There's just four. Well, she's never really been my friend, and it's mentioned in Ronnie Size 1155. They say it's the original mix, but it says the rollout mix. I played 2 different versions last night to see what the original mix sounds like, and it's exactly the same version on YouTube. But it's on the record, it's known as the rollout mix. And also DJ Nut Nut and Pure Science, the Rumble Boom Shaka mix, Production House Records 1994. Also mentions that 5-letter name of that specific person. So every single person's through when it comes to that community day place. So me actually going there is pretty much absolutely total waste of time, pointless. I mean, today I didn't even do nothing. I went there for about an hour and 20 minutes doing absolutely nothing at all apart from sitting down. I will say it was very hot, but everyone had their own company. People didn't want me around, people weren't speaking to me. It's just like you're not welcome there, sort of things. Like, it's always been the same though, but it was not as bad as this going back 4 years ago. But you know, you can't help the way people are, and because all the younger ones stopped going in the month of January, by the middle of January 2026, you've got no chance of even finding anyone, and they're all in relationships now. I knew this would happen. I knew they'd mess up, mess my life up, or deliberately cause this to occur like they always do. Aire. So yeah, that's actually one of my better tracks as well, although you can't buy it on vinyl because they've never been released. It might get reissued though. It might get reissued because Night Force Records, they're reissuing a lot of this stuff, especially the stuff that's been unreleased. So that one might be one that comes out shortly, I don't know. But they are reissuing a lot of, not just Night Force, but other underground record labels are reissuing some of the older jungle tracks that have never been released. And Spandangle also, which is Simon's label, is reissuing a lot of the older stuff. Aire, a very interesting name. Yeah, just see what happens on this, because this one is interesting because this one mentions me basically having sex with someone called Aire at the age of 45 when it comes to the MCing in that specific jungle tape with MC Bassman. So yeah, Aire. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to mess that up or whether it's anyone that's coming into my life or what. But if we're talking World War III, with the bit of information that was just said about 20 minutes or whatever it was ago, certainly it's something interesting. Incidentally, I had a haircut today in the shop that resembles the Dance Trance Mission Control tape pack and the flyer, so that came convenient. Yeah, so there's an interesting one. It's very close to a name I'm not really supposed to mention, but there are several different names, so you can't just pinpoint it's going to be one name. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. I might get a psychic reading, not yet, but say a month's time or 2 months' time, just to see if this prediction in the jungle mixes that are foretold from many years ago does actually come true with that 4-letter name of Aire. Let's just wait and see. I do actually like the name as well, it's quite a nice name. Aire. Oh well. Oh yeah, I will just mention the setups quickly. The setups have been really hectic today, especially the bike issue. Timing a bike, time to get in a stretch. Timing people to sneeze in my face is on the increase. And I've had to put up with a lot of people vaping. And not so much in Bridport. But going around Yeovil, I did have quite a lot of nasty malicious threats, which are increasing quite a lot. Suddenly increasing since, I had a few yesterday, but today has been a bit more nastier. In Bridport, once again, like last time I came, I was walking around the town for a long time and I didn't have a single threat. So, but it doesn't mean to say there won't be. It's just that we're going through a day where it hasn't been too bad in that sort of way. It just seems to be the other stuff that's rigged up around me that's annoying. There's not so much in the way of saying you're sick today, but there is a lot of just irritating things that are occurring today. Soon, obviously on the road coming into Bridport, the setups were nasty, malicious and whatever, but the actual in Bridport, it hasn't actually been too much of a bad day. It's been quite a good day. Although the name Aire is said in the jungle tracks of the early to mid 90s or whatever, it could be Annie, Anne, or anything that is connected to the name Aire. Now, I've never actually looked up Aire to see if there's any connections to any religious names or anything like that. But as far as people in authority go, I'm not giving any information of this specific name because I don't want it messed up, because obviously this is more serious than other names that have occurred, like all of those in the past basically. When it comes to this Aire, I am not making this up. MC Bassman is with another MC and a mixture of whatever, and the sort of jungle tracks that are being mixed together and the way it's come out is clearly saying that Justin is going to get sex at 45 with someone called Aire. And with MC Bassman, he does like lyrics like she's 21 today, rough ridey, how we like it. So he's making a suggestion it's a sexual lady as well. So I can't go any further than that, but it's worth you knowing, you out there that haven't got to see what happens, because this is very interesting information to say the least. It's not really a name that I've really sort of dwelled on as such. It's sort of something that it's just sort of uncovering in recent times, sort of realising it. When you're sort of listening to newer jungle mixes or mixes you never heard before, but that came out back in the time when you had other mixes from the same series, if you get what I'm saying. And going on YouTube when I'm pissed and doing all that, and it's sort of uncovering Aire, which is a new name altogether out of everybody. So, so initially I'd like the other names that I'm not allowed to mention, and then it sort of went into like the listening to some Strictly Jungles, and you had like music that was saying that you've turned to what is it, Capleton Chalice DJ Stretch remix, which says I come from China, I turn to the east, I suffer Japan, I turn to the east, gimme da. I don't know what the lyrics are, but and also it well, it says it sounds like it says you lost Christ because of just near enough where at the start, and or at the start basically. It doesn't actually say that. It says you lost Christ because he died, but it sounds like where they put extra samples in, it sounds like it says you lost Christ because of just. And then it sort of is after that, sort of unfolding after that. Firstly, you had that name that I'm not allowed to mention, which is 4 letters long. And then obviously, straight after that, in the last week or so, this sort of Anne is uncovering, which is even more serious than ever. So this is why I'm doing this sort of documentary, quickly to mention that specific one name. Because that specific name is tied up around me, and when I had that threat in that car, it sort of brought my attention to the well, it's not a threat as such. I haven't had any threats in Bridport today. It's something that's said that sounds very serious, especially when it's uncovering in a sexual way around me, but in a way where it doesn't go against me, if you get what I'm saying. And the fact that they said it's going to go into World War III in conversation, Rather a negative thing to say, but that's what was said. Anyway, I'll leave it there on that section. Yeah, I've just been reading the piece of paper, just sort of dwelling on it while I'm waiting for the bus, because about 50 minutes to wait for the bus, because I spent a long time in the town, but usually I bring a digital audio recorder and spend hours doing whatever on it. I've only got my camera today, because once again I've got the digital audio recording device. And while reading it back, it says that they've taken Aire away from him, and that he's going to go into World War III, or if they take Aire away. The thing is, Aire hasn't actually existed yet. This is a new person that is yet to come into my life. But it says 45. So I'm going to have to, if it's possible, well, that's what it says in the jungle. It's not. I need to do a documentary on this. Is anything? It starts off with the very first opening, or the spiritual uncovering of that name, is in Wax Doctor, the Saint, the Unreleased mix, which is on Dance Transmission Control Randall 2nd of the 4th 1994, but also Dreamscape 10 DJ Randall, which actually has my name, as I said. Just before it goes into the breakdown part, where it sounds like 18th century drummers drumming through the street, and it goes ah na 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 ah na 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 ah na na na, and it goes into dun 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 dun. So yeah, that's known as the Unreleased mix. You've also got the Simon Templar mix as well, which is on the Enforcers 6 record, which is also one of my favourite tracks. Yeah. So yeah, I need to listen to some more mixes, because that's what I'm doing at the moment, just going through new mixes I've never had before, but which are connected to mixes that I used to have on Mixtape, if you get what I'm saying. And it's sort of new stuff that's uncovering, unfolding, but in like a futuristic style, like it's been pre-planned, but on this specific occasion, in a good way, if you get what I'm saying, when it's applying sex at 45 and got my name in it. But you know, I'll keep on seeing what happens on the uncoverings of these tracks, because this is new. You had all that other stuff that was serious, of that 4-letter name, which was like a Christian meaning, like God or Jesus or the light. That's sort of all falling over now, it's all going over, but we're uncovering with Aire now. And Aire is a very interesting replacement. I say spiritual uncovering on that Wax Doctor, the Saint, but I've always known that it says Aire in that section of the track. I think the better way to word it is the uncovering of tapes that I've ripped tapes that are on YouTube that I'm listening to, that are mentioned in this, and it's all linking up together to apply that I'm going to have sex with Aire when I reach the age of 45. It's sort of is that, rather than, but if you were to say it was opening, it would have spiritually opened back in the day of 1994 when I had the tape, because I knew it said Aire back in that time. So, but you know, just have to wait and see what happens. But whatever happens, authority can't know about this specific name in case they deliberately put it through. And if that's through, that could mean that everything's through. I don't even know whether this has already been put through. I don't know if she's been made a mother. With the smartphone technology and the way the government or the elite or whoever's controlling my life, I can't guarantee what's going to happen. But I do know that it definitely says that in the jungle mixes of 1994 and 95, later time of that era, rather than the so would have been sort of after. It would have been when it went into Strictly Jungle, basically, or Euphoria Club Oblivion. Right, so I just want to mention that you've had a helicopter pissing about. A helicopter pissing about, a loud plane, and they've just timed a very old granny in my direction walking a dog. I didn't manage to go into the actual barn today because it's now, how do I put it? is now, oh god, brambles have grown over it, so you can't go through the public pathway, the track, to get in there. Which comes at a time of when the name Aire is unfolding is not so much in the 1993 and 1994 area, or up to mid 1994. It seems to be suggesting a specific name I'm not allowed to say anymore, that's 4 letters long. But since that time onwards, taking away that unreleased version of Wax Doctor the Saint, it's sort of uncovering Aire now, which is interesting to say the least. There is another version that's unreleased, but I don't play it or listen to it because it's a load of crap. I only like the version that's on Dreamscape 10 and Dance Transmission Control 2nd to the 4th 1994 DJ Randall mix. But I've only played that actually about. Play it for a few seconds, I turn it off. I keep looking for the other version because that's the one I listen to. I've not actually played the actual that other version fully. I've played sections of it, but I don't like it, even though it's very similar to the other one. It just seems very how to put it, very plain sounding. It's not very good at all. Obviously, it's in the same sort of pattern as the other remix, which is a firm 10 out of 10. But this one's very shallow and very basic sounding. The one that's on YouTube. I have asked the uploader to put the unreleased version of the version that Randall played at those 2 events that I mentioned, but there's been no upload at the moment. Going back to the jungle mixes of late 1994 and 1995, apart from Wax Doctor the Saint, the unreleased original mix, Aire is not mentioned in any of the dance trance mixes. It's not until you get to the Strictly Jungle, straight after the dance trances, that it mentions that specific name. So it's in the Open Lion mouth cover tapes, the Tiger with the open mouth, and in various other jungle mixes in 1994 and 95. Just one other thing is, once you reach the end of 1995 or the beginning of 1996, the music changed again. So yeah, so when it comes to that specific name Aire, it's very unlikely that it will occur in where I'm going through it all at the moment, but it appears to be in a lot of the Strictly Jungle mixes. But those Strictly Jungle mixes went on to drum and bass later on, and it sort of changed, the style of sound changed around 1990, late 95, early 96, so after that time it's unlikely that the name Aire will be in any of the future tracks. It's a bit like that name I'm not allowed to mention, which is covered right across the Dance Trance series, especially from 1993 to mid 1994.
Time to stop. Gonna work until it's time to drop.
Sorry, it was a loud bike when it's hit the nuts.